Imola circuit, which hosted the Emilia Romagna Formula 1 Grand Prix just 2 weeks earlier, again hosted international competition when the world's most competitive junior motorsport series took to the historic Grand Prix track for round 2. Sure, the Italian F4 Championship is a national series, but with 26 nations represented from Singapore to Serbia, Australia to India, and everywhere in between, the 11th season just gets stronger and stronger, and increasingly international. As witnessed when F1 visited, many of the asphalt runoff areas were replaced with gravel traps. Highly effective on 2 counts. Firstly, safety, and secondly, the notoriously vague track limits. Indeed, race director Mr. Alessandro Ferrari told drivers during briefings track limits would no longer be enforced by race control. They didn't need to. They were now, once again, self-policing. Drivers knew exactly where the limit of the track was. It was clearly defined by a gravel trap. Hiyu Yamakoshi made history in qualifying when he became the first Japanese driver to take pole position in the championship. And in fact, the 17-year-old from Tokyo would start grid 1 for all 3 races.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing day, the start of the race weekend. It's actually I crashed yesterday in FP2. Q1 is not the great lap, but very a lot of frustration because full caution yellow. But I get the P1, it's very happy. Also Q2 haven't full caution yellow and full push. Get the pole position from I think 3/10 faster than P2. That's amazing feeling. Yeah. 3連続のポールポジションを獲得することができました。レース1、2、3も頑張りますので応援よろしくお願いします。
Whilst the crowd may not have matched that of the Grand Prix a fortnight earlier, they were entertained by the on-track action, which also included more than 50 GT3 cars racing in the Italian GT Championship as part of the second Acci racing weekend of the year. Whilst one Japanese driver was shining in the Italian sunshine on the first day of June, the second was not. After standing on the podium at Misano, Alpine F1 Academy junior Kin Nakamura Berta ended race 1 in the wall after just 2 corners. In trying to avoid Reno Frankot, Kin took to the gravel in avoidance of the Dutch driver, only to be tagged into a violent spin which ended his day. He was fine, but car 51 was not. After the safety car restart, Slater overcame Yamakoshi to win on track, but later be excluded for a non-complying front wing. A decision handed down at 9:44 p.m. on Saturday night, giving the win, for now, to Yamakoshi, the first Japanese driver in the series history to win. There was no ambiguity in race 2. Again from pole position, Hiyu was the hero. He dominated to win ahead of Akshay Bora and Dion Gauda. It was a remarkable sight to see an all-Asian podium at the Italian circuit. The first Japanese driver to take pole, to win a race, and to lead the championship. Surely Yamakoshi was now a favourite for the title, putting Van Amersfoort Racing back into contention, having won the series in 2019 with Norway's Dennis Hauger, and again in 2021 with England's Ollie Behrman. However, heartbreakingly, he would not leave Imola leading the series. On the penultimate lap of race 3, he clipped the bollard at Alta Variante, losing his front wing, handing the win and the championship lead back to Freddie Slater.
And unfortunately, race 1 didn't stay our way, unfortunately, something out of our control. And race 2 was obviously a bit of a shambles. I think I just made a few mistakes, and I made mistakes and I shouldn't have, and it's things that I need to learn from and take into the season and into my career. But then race 3, I knew the long game. I knew I had to play the long game. I knew once the start happened, I knew I was just going to have to sit there and try and look after my tyres as much as possible and put them under pressure. And exactly what I did. He managed to break his front wing, and yeah, we come out on top. So this is what we needed. We need momentum. Exactly. The more the rhythm you have going off the weekends, it gives you more momentum when you get to the next one. So when we get to Vallelunga, it should give us that extra boost. So yeah, we'll try and keep it up for the rest of the season. And massive thank you to all of Prema. Obviously, my engineer Vincent, he's done a cracking job. We were on the back foot in testing, and now we're on top. So yeah, massive thank you to all of them.
Queenslander Jack Beaton took his first podium in the series, with his German teammate Max Imrim doing likewise. Already 40 drivers have raced in the first 2 rounds for 2024. But that number is likely to grow when we go to the eternal city of Rome for round 3 next week on June 15 and 16 at the Vallelunga circuit. We'll see you then.